If you don't strike gold, you think that's not your purpose. That's not what God said. But sometimes we are in position before it's really time, or there's training. There's a process to get you ready. So when the time really comes, you standing in that thing flat-footed, ready, ain't going nowhere.
Come on now, come on.
That's the training that most people will never get because they have no perseverance. They won't stay when they need to.
Yes.
And I had that first iteration, made $1 million by the time I was 25, my first million.
Your first million on your first business.
By the time I was 25.
What industry was that in?
Jewelry.
Jewelry.
In my purpose. It was in my gift.
Wow.
I was in my gift when I did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, so were the first 3 iterations jewelry?
See, that's why people won't do it, or jewelry ain't for me. Because then I went from jewelry in the first iteration, see, I got talked out of it.
Okay.
So first iteration, things are going well, but then there was an iteration of clothing before that and some other things. But when I got to jewelry, I'm just gonna stick with jewelry for the sake of time.
Right.
25, made $1 million.
Okay.
Selling jewelry that I bought on the streets of New York, didn't even change the name cards, put it up in a little showroom that I got.
Okay.
Couple hundred square, I don't even know if it was 50 square feet, I don't even, it was small.
Yeah.
People came in. I always had this thing in me to not just do it myself. If I could have other people do it with me.
Yes.
I always thought like that. Let's do it as a group, because it was only so many hours in a day.
Yes.
There's only so much I could do in a day.
Yes.
So I always had that thinking and didn't have words to put to it
Yes.
yet.
Yes.
Didn't have the J. Paul Getty, if I can get 1% of 100 people's efforts, then 100% of my own. I didn't know that slogan. I didn't know that saying back then.
Right.
But it had something in me that said, don't do it just yourself, wholesale it. Let other ladies come in, they can buy it wholesale, and then they can resell it. So you can stay focused on what you love to do, which is buy it and come up with strategies for them. I would go in the salon, so I would test all my strategies. And then I teach them how to sell it. So I buy it, strategize it, then bring them in and do it. Then I would raffle off a mink coat for the top sellers. I'd raffle off a cruise. Just doing stuff, just came to me. No studying. But then I heard one of the women who was older than me at the time, because I'm 25.
Yes, ma'am.
And so she might have been 35, almost 40, had a child in college. I overheard her trying to overthrow me, saying, we could all do this, let's cut her out. And I could hear it. I had this doorbell put in before ring. And I could pick it up and hear, so I could buzz you in from down there.
Right.
So I'm listening, and she's out there waiting for everybody to come out. A few people said, you know what, I'm not interested. But a lot of people stood there and listened to her plans to overthrow me and start doing what I was doing for them. That thing broke my spirit.
Heck yeah, you put money in their pocket.
And I was giving extra money for her to help her son. I had children, I'm 25, and I wanted to help get him through college. And so that just, I couldn't do the business anymore.
So you quit?
I did.
Because of that?
I did. Yeah.
And bet you she was happy.
She was. And started the business and failed in 2 months.
In 2 months? That wasn't her calling?
No.
It wasn't her anointing?
No. And I told God, please don't bring this jewelry thing. I'm done with all this. So I started traveling with Les Brown as a speaker, his opening speaker.
Yes.
So I started traveling with him and I work with Les. So I said, oh, this is it. This is my real call.
Right.
It's speaking, because I loved it. And then I was doing that. Then I started working for a seminar company, doing more speaking. And then people started asking me, well, do you have anything I can join? How do I stay in touch with you? How do I buy, okay, I got a tape. Okay, pass the tape. How can you mentor me? How can you mentor me? And I'm like 26, 27. I'm like, I don't know. So I do jewelry again.
Oh, yes.
So I do it again. This time I'm doing it, it's going well, but I run out of money. because now I want to do a catalog. And then I'm going to do a catalog. Then I opened up a showroom in Baltimore, Cold Spring Lane.
Cold Spring.
Yeah, Cold Spring.
Yeah.
All my people are DMV people.
I see where you at.
So I came to Baltimore, opened up a showroom, hired some people, but couldn't get the jewelry here. Had no logistics training. So once I left that, I said, you know what? There is something out there big for me, but for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a franchise. I'm gonna buy a franchise so I can learn systems, processes, and strategies.
Come on.
I don't have nobody in my family who ever taught me systems, processes, and strategies. I've already made $1 million. I'm 28. I lost $1 million.
Yeah.
I need to learn some things.
Yeah.
I bought one franchise.
Yeah.
Franchise. Oars saw I was a great franchisee.
Okay.
Offered me another opportunity. I bought 2.
Okay.
Offered me another opportunity. I had 3. I had 3 stores. Not only did I have the stores, I bought the real estate attached to the store. So if I ever sold the stores, I own the real estate. If the stores ever went out of business, I own commercial real estate. So I bought my real estate. And so I'm learning franchising, and I could see all the flaws. I see why I ran out of money. I see what happened. I could see it through my franchises. But the issue was, with 3 franchises, I still only got to $989,000 with 3 stores. I did $1 million by myself with jewelry at 25.
Right.
And a prophet came to me and said, I see you. You are a multimillionaire and you already know it. But what you're doing now, you don't see it. Now, he get ready to lay hands. I'm about to pass out. I'm listening to this word because it's good to me. Finally, we're getting to these multi-millions.
Yeah.
And he laying his hand. He said, and it's not the Rita's Italian Nights franchise. And I'm like, my eyes. I stood up. I was like saying to myself, it's gotta be. He said, no, it's a part of the gift. It's something that you haven't even really tapped into. And it has your name on it.
Recently, I've completed my full estate plan, and it's been an emotional journey, if I'm going to be honest with you. But now I have a peace of mind knowing that my family and loved ones are well taken care of. But here's something you may not know that I think you need to know. According to a recent study, nearly 60% of African American adults have life insurance. Now, wait a minute. Many of these policies may not provide sufficient coverage to fully protect their families in case of unexpected deaths. This lack of adequate coverage is a pressing issue among the Black community. It can lead to financial difficulties and potentially hinder the building of generational wealth. In today's time, it's more important than ever for African Americans to give priority to life insurance and estate planning. You see, by doing so, you can ensure that your loved ones are secure in the event of your passing. This covers funeral and burial costs, clears all debts and mortgages, and provides a financial cushion to help them continue building wealth, long-lasting wealth. Don't leave your family's financial future to chance. I want you to secure life insurance today. I want you to get a free life insurance quote through my friends at Ethos. All you gotta do is go to anthonyoneal.com/life insurance. Again, that is anthonyoneal.com/life insurance for your free quote, or click the link in today's show notes. Protect your family's future and attain a peace of mind. Act right now, and let's get back to today's show.
So after that, I decided to try jewelry one more time. One more time. So I left the franchises in the hands of my husband. He was working for the airlines, U.S. Airways at that time.
Okay.
Retired him out early
To come run
the franchises.
Okay.
My mother was running a franchise, so we've always been a family business.
That's so
And we work together well as a family.
That's so good.
And so my husband was running the franchises. My mother, she ran one store. He ran the other 2. And I started the jewelry business again. But ask me what was different.
You had the system, processes, and strategies.
I had that, but I was different.
Yes, ma'am.
I had developed a bulletproof shell.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
couldn't talk me out of it.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care what you said.
Yeah.
You wasn't gonna stop me this time.
Ooh.
I had grown. So yeah, I did have the systems, the processes, and the strategies.
Yeah.
But I found out who I was.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, the first time around, you didn't know who you were.
No, I wouldn't even say it was me. I said I was Traci Yearwood. I would never claim myself. They said, "Are you Traci Lynn?" No, because nobody believed I was. I couldn't be. So I couldn't be. So I said no. I got articles in the paper that I use today that shows a different name.
A different name.
Yep.
Building something and you wouldn't even say, this is me.
No, I couldn't stand up to that.
Oh my God.
I wasn't her. I couldn't hold it.
Traci, that's a whole nother road we can go down.
I know.
Because how many people right now can't even stand up to themselves?
I know. I couldn't hold it. So the best way for me to live in it is not be her. I'm the manager. But that's why I could walk away all them times. Until the day I said, oh, no, I am.
I am. And because I am, it has to work.
It has to work. I'm called to do this.
Yeah.
I'm equipped to do it. I'm born to do it.
Yes.
I ain't worried about what nobody else is doing. Do it.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And as a result, there has only been one other woman in direct selling in this space. One other woman that's had success at a $1 million level. You know who it is?
Who?
Madam C.J. Walker 100 years ago. It's Madam and me.